The party began innocently enough. Colleagues chatted, music floated softly in the background, and champagne glasses chimed gently. I had been anticipating a relaxing night out with my wife, Jessica, after weeks of stress. Yet, she seemed more intent on dazzling everyone else than enjoying the evening with me. From the moment we stepped in, I noticed that familiar smirk, the one she wore when she craved attention. At first, it was subtle, little remarks, teasing jabs, laughter that didn't include me. But it didn't take long for it to escalate. She started recounting stories about our marriage to our friends, twisting events and exaggerating moments to make herself look witty while making me appear weak. "Oh, Daniel still can't pick a restaurant without me guiding him." Her laugh rang out, loud enough to draw eyes toward us. A few people chuckled, but I noticed the tension lurking beneath the surface. My stomach knotted, not just embarrassment, but a slow-burning sense of betrayal. Each laugh she drew at my expense reminded me that the woman I loved found amusement in humiliating me publicly. I could feel the stares, co-workers exchanging awkward glances, uncertain whether to intervene or just watch. The calm man I'd intended to be tonight was being tested more than ever. I forced a smile, masking my growing anger, trying to laugh along. Jessica noticed and leaned closer, her words sharper now. "Daniel's face always goes red when I tease him," she said, clearly relishing the spectacle. She basked in the control she held over the room, and more painfully, over me. My jaw tightened as it became clear, this night was her stage, and I was merely a prop for her applause. I waited, letting her continue, letting the laughter swell. Every story, every exaggerated remark, built tension like a storm forming on the horizon. People paused their mingling, sensing something fragile about to break. I knew exactly what needed to happen to shift the dynamic, quietly, calmly, irreversibly. When she paused for a breath, basking in her supposed dominance, I stepped closer. Not aggressively, not angrily, just close enough that my presence registered behind the laughter. Then I spoke softly, but loud enough for her to hear clearly. "Jessica, do you want to tell everyone the truth about our marriage instead of your version?" Her smirk faltered instantly. Silence fell. My words hovered in the air, stark against the previous noise. Jessica's laughter caught mid-chuckle, replaced by a flicker of panic. She opened her mouth, attempting to recover, but I continued in that calm, controlled tone that drew every eye in the room. "It's easy to make me look small," I said. "But those who truly know me and us see the effort, the patience, the loyalty you're trying to turn into a joke." Faces shifted from amusement to shock. Even colleagues who had laughed moments before now understood, this wasn't playful teasing, this was exposure. Jessica's confidence wavered. The smirk vanished, replaced by a flush of shame. She tried to reclaim control, to say something witty, but the words wouldn't come. I stepped closer, keeping my gaze locked on her, lowering my voice slightly. "It's easy to laugh at me when you're the center of everyone's attention. But your jokes reveal who you really are, and right now, it's not someone worthy of admiration." The room grew heavier with silence, tension so thick it could be sliced with a knife. Her hands trembled around her glass, eyes searching for support, for validation. But the smiles she'd relied on had vanished. Everyone was looking at her, seeing the arrogance stripped bare by my calm confrontation. I paused, letting my words sink in, then did something unexpected. I smiled. Not a false smile, but one that radiated control and strength. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. Jessica's shoulders slumped, her carefully constructed facade crumbling before the people she wanted to impress. I turned and walked to the bar, leaving her frozen in place as the reality of her public humiliation sank in. Her perfect evening, crafted to make her appear clever, had unraveled in seconds. Laughter that once followed her every word was replaced by awkward glances and whispers. The rest of the night passed in tense silence. Jessica avoided me, her confidence shattered. When guests asked what happened, she laughed nervously, attempting to mask her shame. But the room had already judged. The balance of power had shifted permanently. That night, I learned something crucial. Anger is loud, but control is quiet. My response required no yelling, no insults. The truth, delivered calmly and with authority, struck harder than any outburst. Jessica realized that her public mockery had consequences she could not undo. By the time we left, she wouldn't speak to me, and I didn't reach for her hand. Her polished pride had been replaced by shame. As I watched her walk silently beside me to the car, I understood one undeniable truth: sometimes the most devastating lessons are given in calm, measured tones, not in rage.